This is WBAL TV channel 11 Baltimore. And it is time now for the Esso reporter for this August the 7th, 1952 on a Thursday. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. Here's what's happening. In Washington, the Western powers and Turkey are considering shelving their long-stalled proposal for a Middle East command in favor of a Middle East defense organization. This would have the more limited task of planning the defense of that area against possible Russian moves. Political developments in Egypt are regarded as holding a key to what it does. Many American officials hope the new Egyptian government with an eye on modernizing the country's armed forces may be reversed the previous opposition to joining forces with the West and at least participate in a planning group. In Baltimore, a southbound motor is passing at State Road, Delaware 40 at the intersection of US Route 40 and 13 faces this choice. Should he continue along Route 45, the traffic mess of Baltimore, or should he go on south on Route 13 on the Eastern Shore tour that will be taken across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge? In either case, he will land at the Priest Bridge, the junction of US 50 and US 301 west of Annapolis. Ready to continue his trip south. One driving test shows that the bridge trip takes longer. Here are the figures taken on the 2-week day non-rush hour trips during which the speed limits were never exceeded. From State Road, Delaware to Priest Bridge in Maryland via US Route 40 and 301 Front Baltimore, 2 hours and 5 minutes. Via US 13 in Smyrna, Delaware, State Route 300 to Roberts, Maryland, and US 213 through Centerville to US 50 miles across the bridge, and from Annapolis to Priest Bridge 103 miles, 2 hours 37 minutes. The delay on the bridge route was attributed mainly to traffic congestion at Centerville and Annapolis. The hazardous curves of several of the Maryland stretches. Under contract is a bypass at Annapolis via new bridge across the Severn River. The bridge is almost complete. Work hasn't started on a proposed dual-lane roads leading to it. Also under the Roads Commission plans about nearly as far as advanced. Adding a modern route from Route 50 at Queenstown and on the Eastern Shore northward to the Delaware line of Ford and Centerville and other congested areas. In Athens, Greece, Greek troops opened fire this morning on Bulgarian soldiers on the Greek claimed border islands of Gama and the Evers River to the Greek General Staff announced today. Company says that the Greek fire from the machine guns and mortars was now returned by the troops of the Greek Soviet satellite northern neighbor. The attack came after the Bulgarian troops had been notified on the island during last night, the announcement said. Earlier last night, the General Staff issued a communique saying no to Bulgars has been seen on the island after exploration of earlier Greek ultimatum demanded that all Bulgarian troops go.
The pedestrians killed 1,500.
Comments by 8 a.m. yesterday. The island was the scene of a Bulgarian attack on a Greek patrol on July 27th. 3 Greek soldiers were killed, reported this. Impediment to the United Nations headquarters in the UN Balkan subcommittee condemned the Bulgarian inaction.
Watch this man falling onto the rail tracks, or this drunk who falls on the escalator and can't get off.
In Denver, shielding unit from the GOP front, General Dwight D. Eisenhower, booked their conferences today with 2 more pre-convention Taft supporters. The Republican presidential nominee arranged meetings with Governors Lee B. Jordan of Idaho and George C. Hansen, the party's national committeeman from Utah. Both Jordan and Hansen backed Senator Robert A. Taft of Ohio for the nomination. The general also scheduled to talk with 2 national committee women who were on his side at the Republican convention. They are Mrs. Ethel Helfinger of Minnesota and Mrs. Bertha S. Atkins of Maryland. Farm crops in Annandale County, crippled by one of the most severe droughts striking the area in recent years, has been helped considerably. The rains this week, but many have been hurt beyond repair.
David Curley, ABC News, Washington.
In Washington, President Truman declared Tennessee and Kentucky drought disaster areas and allocated $3 million of emergency funds for use in the states. On a statement, the president said the money will be used to distribute food to save the basic dairy and beef herds in those areas. He said Tennessee and Kentucky herds have been hardest hit so far, and that the other states asked for help, they will get immediate consideration. Shots reported in Tennessee today, but the situation remains serious. Truman pointed out the Agriculture Department already has recognized disaster needs in 10 states and is suffering credit and other assistance to the people there. Stanley Day, county agent, said today that corn, tobacco, hay, and pasture crops have been hurt the most severely. Pasture has been suffering for weeks with the result that milk production has been greatly reduced. Mr. Day said he petitioned also that damage to those crops will cause some real feed problems this winter and that many farmers will be forced
Other side effects include dry mouth.
In Washington, an explosion on a jet plane aboard the U.S. carrier Boxer in Korean waters killed 8 men and injured as many. But a number of others, the Navy reported today. 12 jet planes were destroyed by a range of fires that followed the explosion. Helicopters and lifeboats picked up 63 crewmen dragged overboard by the planes. A naval officer said the 27,000-ton carrier, which normally carries a crew of 2,900 officers and men, suffered in the accidents about 50 miles off the coast of Korea Tuesday night, Wednesday, Korean time. No many section was involved. The officer was reported to the fatality, said he did not know about how many men were injured. He said damage to the ship was comparatively silent. Repairs would be made in the Korean theater of operations. Just what caused the jet plane to explode was not known, officials said, and it is believed that an accumulation of gases built up after it landed and caused the blast. The plane at the time was on the hangar deck. In Springfield, Senator Blair Monday of Michigan urged Governor Adlai Stevenson today to make a major campaign issue of what he called the chit-chat man around GOP presidential nominee Dwight Eisenhower. Frederick Maryland Marshall M. Flannery, 43-year-old carpenter, was sentenced yesterday to 10 lashes under terms of an Maryland law involved here for the first time in 25 years, according to the courthouse sources. The law, which has been on the statute books for years, permits the imposition of a maximum 40 lashes a year in the House of Correction for wife beating. Flannery was sentenced to serve 6 months in the House of Correction. Magistrate Wilbur F. Sheffield, who imposed the sentence on Flannery, called the case one of the most deplorable I've ever heard. Flannery's wife Ava testified that she and her two of their children, 13 and 11, had been beaten on a number of occasions. The youngsters testified that the father choked their mother and kicked her in the stomach.
Last night we told how an American man got too close to a prized statue of the Virgin Mary in Florence and broke off one of her 600-year-old precious fingers.
In Baltimore, about 100 old friends of Governor McKeldin handled him checks totaling better than $1,000 on a private dinner party Tuesday night. The governor indicated that the fight used the money for political campaign funds. He noted that how much he received, but some estimates put the total at several $1,000s. The governor's statement issued by Albert W. Quinn, his assistant, said. Governor Theodore McKeldin was received with full high honors this morning when he made an official call to the Vice Admiral C. Turner Joy USS, the new superintendent of the Naval Academy and commandant at the Severn River Naval Command. The governor was returning the call Admiral Joy made upon him on Tuesday, the day after he had taken over his command here. Admiral Joy called on the governor at the executive office in the State House. Governor McKeldin arrived at the Academy in an automobile, flying at the Maryland flag. Marine Guard and the Naval Academy board was formed facing the administration building.
Well, it seems that the band Daft Punk canceled on him, leaving his show in the lurch. So at the last minute, he decided to show them how the pros.
In London, top hat at Andrei Trumko, Communist Russia's new ambassador to Britain, rode in a glider coach.
He even got
A royal went command palace today, and President's credentials Queen Elizabeth. There was never a prediction about the show. It was conducted in an atmosphere of a cast iron theater, not even an naked on to serve. Foreign Secretary Anthony Eden introduced Gromko to the young queen. The Russian envoy spent 30 minutes at the palace. In Chicago, a young man crying, "I love Sally," started.
At Humana, our Medicare agents sit down with you and ask, "Hey, Captain."
Identity from the bushes in Grant Park yesterday and sprayed bullets at a young couple listening to music. The bullets killed the girl and quickly wounded her
Achieve your best health.
husband.
The things that are important to you. Taking care of our customers.
Her boyfriend. Then the man
The next thing on our list.
benched the girl and approached a stranger to him as he lay.
Now that's what's important.
She lay down on the ground and shot himself to death. Charlestown, West Virginia, a verdict of suicide was returned in the death of a John G. Finley, 25, former commander of the American Legion Post there, when the successful candidate in the Democratic nomination of sheriff in the primary elections last May. Manila, a U.S. Navy Mariner plane with 13 persons aboard was missing tonight on a flight as headquarters of the Vietnam, Richard H. Cousin, a Navy commander in the Philippines, said a wine hatch was launching the slave labor to the day father.
A body at rest.
Heard withheld and simply by darkness.
While a body in motion tends to stay in motion. Staying active can actually ease arthritis symptoms. But if you have arthritis, staying active...
Washington there. President Truman will said today that he considered calling an extra session of Congress asked for the stronger price control law. He took a news conference, no decision has been made, but he has made a consideration. If it demonstrates to call a special session, he clearly will call in. Our decision will wait development, he added. Truman declined to comment on reports that Bill Giuliani is to be prepared to quit as price stabilizer.
With or without food, and it's not a narcotic. You and your doctor should balance the benefits with the risk.
Ally seems to get supported in South as
Celebrex, ibuprofen, naproxen.
Russell predicts. New polio cases total 2,290 during the week. Steel strike costs U.S. production and polio. Miss Mumford wins 3 awards, and the Marine Corps today announced Colonel
Meds are taken for long periods.
Director Colonel to retire. Air.
Increase the chance of serious skin or allergic reactions or stomach and intestine.
Okay, now to the weather. Right now at
Warning and
Baltimore Friendship Airport at 6 o'clock.
the elderly are at increased risk for stomach bleeding
This
and ulcers.
Thursday, August 7th, 1952, we got a temperature of 78 degrees with a dew point about 68 degrees. Humidity 71%. Barometer pressure 30.03 inches. Visibility 6 miles per hour. Winds east about 9 miles per hour. It's drizzly skies.
Treatment for you. Visit Celebrex.com and ask your doctor
Around the region, it is
for a body in motion.
78 out in Martin, 70 out in Aberdeen, 80 out in Wilmington, 75 in Dover, Delaware, 74 out in Salisbury, Maryland, 75 in Easton, Maryland, 80 in Annapolis, 78 out in Fort Meade, and an 81's all over the place from Washington National down to the Dells, through Gaithersburg down to Frederick, and down to Hagerstown, and 79 in Cumberland, Maryland. And a couple of little drizzly skies from the Baltimore-Washington corridor, stretching in Annapolis and stretching into Hagerstown and stretching in northeastern West Virginia and northern Virginia.
Modern epidemic.
Okay, weather-wise around the nation today. Light showers fell early
Oh my God.
this morning in the New England portions of the Mid-Atlantic states.
Much women are actually.
Widely scattered showers and thunderstorms were reported in the South Atlantic and Gulf states, parts of the northern plain states, the Rockies, and the Dakotas. Temperatures were near or slightly below the seasonal normal along the northern tier states from Maine to Montana. Rather warm temperatures continue in the south and southwest, with little changes elsewhere. So our forecast for tonight will go like this. Port Carter, followed by thunderstorms southeast portion this evening. Considerable continental source 66 and 70 to the dot, and
just like Mary Poppins, it's only
Friday, Port Carter and warm. And that's gonna be it for the WBAL-11 report event August 7, 1952 on a Thursday. I'm P. Woods. Hope you have a good night and a good evening. I'll be back for the news at
2 gym bags.
11 hour. Have a good evening.